Welcome back to the 128KB podcast. We are back once again.
Due to lack of popular demand.
Yes, that demand is very lacking.
It is.
It's so lacking that we're back again for your weekly dose of all things gaming.
Oh, yes.
Yes, with two delusional gamers.
Yes. Oh, yes. We are the delusional gamers.
Delusional gamers. We're going to be arrested by ASUS whilst they also sponsor us.
I was going to say, and we're fake.
And we're fake.
Yes.
That's good. If we were to listen to the YouTube comments, specifically on shorts,
oh, yes,
I think we'd probably end up clinically depressed.
Yes. Yeah,
or going
insane.
insane.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's pretty savage out there, guys. I don't know
is,
why you're so angry all the time.
I don't know.
But you people that listen to the podcast, you people, you're all lovely. Anyone who comments on the actual full podcast,
I mean, other than you, I mean, I don't know about you.
Whatever it is you're doing right now, I
don't know. I can't look your way. I'm sorry.
I can't look you in the eye. Not while you're sat in the toilet. I wonder where people listen to this the most. I'd love to know.
Oh, well, like locationally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not geographically.
No, but like where their person is.
Yeah,
at
what
the
they're doing right now. Are they on the toilet?
Are they driving?
Are they at work?
Are they under the bed sheets? You know, when you make a little fort, like,
Oh.
You know when you'd be a kid and you have a torch and you're looking at really PC magazines. We're talking about PC magazines, PC gaming. That's what I'm on about.
Oh,
yeah. PC magazines.
A PC gamer.
Yeah, not political correct.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
When you were an adolescent, maybe even younger, and what magazines did you buy?
I just used to take my 11-year-old brother's motorbike magazines.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I meant gaming magazines.
Oh, right. Oh. I thought we were still on the under the sheets moment there, but I used to buy a Nintendo.
You bought a Nintendo magazine?
Yeah.
Oh.
So when I was like a lot younger, and then when I got into the sort of age of maybe 12, 13, something like that, I think I still bought Nintendo magazines, but then I started getting like PC mags too.
Yeah.
At the same time, because then I was like that sort of age, around the sort of 12 age was when I started
When did you stop buying gaming magazines?
That's a really interesting question, isn't
like,
it?
do people still? Because
is that this week's episode?
No, it's not. It's not this week's
accidentally changed it.
No, I'm curious. Right. What I've noticed, especially the members in Discord, channel membership, you get access to Discord. It's a great place.
Yes.
I like that. They like to know 128KB lore.
Yeah, that's true. Yes,
it's kind of nice. It's like,
I
want to
like
know about us. That's cool.
Yeah, so gaming magazines is weird. Whenever I used to go on a flight, even if I wasn't buying gaming magazines like in general, if I was going on a holiday or going on a flight somewhere, I would purposefully go and buy a random gaming magazine just so I had that to read.
Yeah.
But obviously when I was younger, the internet wasn't around.
No.
So it was like, well, not like as it is today. So it was, you got all your info and everything from gaming magazines, demo discs and all that good stuff, as we always bring up. But gaming magazines were like the place to go. I loved them. So it was always Nintendo. Then it was PC mags. And then sometimes I'd get the like general, I can't even think of the name of the one I used to buy, but then it would be like the general gaming sort of, it would straddle all systems. But usually I was specific on those. But when I stopped buying them, I don't remember. I really don't remember when I stopped buying gaming magazines, like consistently. Yeah. Like I've always bought random ones here and there throughout time. But yeah, I don't remember. I was probably about 16 maybe when I stopped buying them, maybe 17. I'm not too sure.
Wow, okay.
I unfortunately dumped them all like a few years ago. I had stacks and stacks. They're all pristine.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to do with it all? That's the thing. Like I go, wouldn't it be great to have that? I've occasionally I'll stalk Facebook, like the retro gaming groups and stuff, as you may have noticed.
I was wondering where this was going then.
No, I stalk people. Occasionally I stalk
I stalk people. Sorry, what was that? Gaming?
I know where you live. No, yes, and there's often been listings where people have got like every PlayStation magazine demo disc, and I'm like, I wish I'd kept all my. Maybe I'll buy one. And I'm like, I'm not going to do anything with it. No. But put it on a shelf and go, I've got that now. Yeah. It's pointless. Yes. I used to get Sonic comic books. I was really into Sonic when I was a little kid. Like I loved Sonic a lot. Yes. Sonic comic books. I had a Sonic novel as well, like a paperback.
You wrote a Sonic novel?
I wrote a Sonic novel.
Wow.
Yes. And I remember pre-PlayStation, because obviously then it went on to PlayStation Magazine.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was obsessed with PlayStation Magazine.
Yeah. What was that called again?
What, the official PlayStation
Oh,
magazine?
no, that was just called the PlayStation.
Yeah.
There was another one, though, wasn't there? Like PX1 or something like that.
There was, yeah, PX1.
Yeah. That's the one I remember.
And the official PlayStation magazine had the demo discs on the front. But I remember back in the Sega, when I was a kid, and it had a Sega Mega Drive, Genesis for you Americans.
Oh, yeah.
I'd look at the game reviews, see what came out. I've told the story about buying Rise of Robots, I think it was called, and then seeing the review and like crying.
Yeah, because you'd already bought it.
I'd already bought it. But I remember being really like lustful and jealous over the Amiga magazine.
Okay.
Because it had floppy disks that came with every issue, which obviously had demos of games on it.
Yeah.
And I'd see it in the shops when I was there with my parents or whatever, and I'd see these floppy disks with the game, like the game artwork. And naively just assumed that that's how you got Amiga games, was off the magazine.
Yeah, you bought the magazine.
And you just get the game for free off this magazine. So I was like, I really wish I had like an Amiga or whatever it was. Yeah, but obviously I didn't. So there you go.
I think you made the wise choice.
I did have an Atari.
Yeah.
That's my first console. It was the XEXL, which the games were on tape.
Nice.
Tape.
It
was obviously, it predated, like it was really old when we had it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it was like being in the early 90s, late 80s.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so games on tape. That thing was awful. It was awful. I've got no
fond memories.
No fond memories of it
Just
at all.
hated it.
Because the games were on cassette, they would take roughly like 30 minutes to load. You had to run the whole cassette both sides.
Yep. My brother, we must have had one, or my cousins must have had one, because I remember both my cousin and my brother telling me about having to wait like half an hour.
Literally half an hour. You load it in, and you have to type in like, it was like in like what is like now DOS, or
you
can you get to DOS anymore?
I have no idea.
I show my age of Windows as well.
Yeah. You can bring up like the command console, you know. So, but no, it's not the same.
But it's like that. It was like how DOS looks like, like a basic mode basically, and you have to type in like /run tape, and it would like run and load, and you had to turn the sound off on your TV because otherwise you get this audio from the tape which is just squealing.
Yes, yeah. So
you had to turn that off, and then that's how it loads the game. And more often than not, you would come back after half an hour.
And it was bricked.
Oh, it would have failed.
Yeah.
Error, and you get the error screen, you'll have to reload
I've heard the stories. Yeah.
Awful. So then, I want to say it's maybe like 15 years ago or so, maybe 10 years ago, I started going down the rabbit hole of emulation. And I found some Atari emulators that ran on Mac. I was like, oh, no way. Actually, I'm going to go and emulate some of those old games because I've got kind of like...
Because you hated your life.
Because I hated my life.
No fond memories. I'm going to do that.
I went back and emulated these games, and they're just awful. They're just awful.
Nice.
It's like, so you'd have waited half an hour to play this thing. No wonder we were outside all the time.
This
game sucked.
Yeah,
that era of gaming, that 8-bit era, it's not good.
No. I was just after, so it was coming in with the... Well, it's still like Sega Genesis and all that good stuff around. But when I was a kid, like PS1 just come out, and that was the big, like, wow, So like my neighbor had a Mega Drive or Genesis, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like N64 come and all that kind of stuff. So I was right at the beginning there. Obviously, my first console was a Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance, what am I about? Game Boy Color. But there was a PS1 in my house, which was my brother's.
I always say the first proper console was the Master System for us. Because the Atari, it just, in my head, was always there. So at some point it arrived, obviously, but it predated me.
Yeah.
And then the Master System. And again, that NES Master System era, not cool.
Nah.
There's just that. There's some nostalgia there, but the game...
There's some really good games, but like very like seldom.
But when Nintendo Switch Online first happened, and we were like, oh, no way, NES games.
Yes.
Let's go back and play Metroid.
Yeah.
It was such a frustratingly hard experience.
Oh, yeah, Metroid 1's really difficult. Yeah,
really difficult.
But I love that, though. That's the thing. Like, that's one game I could sit and play, but most of the others I'd be like, nah.
No, there's not many great games. For me, anyway, the Genesis is where, and the Sega Mega
Yes.
Drive, SNES.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends had the SNES.
Yes.
I was kind of jealous of it.
That's the next.
That's where it really kind of kicked
That's when
off in
stuff
my
started
head.
getting good.
Yes.
Yes,
Truly
totally.
good games.
Yeah, when you look at the jump from, let's say, Metroid 1 on NES
Oh,
to Super Metroid on
Super
SNES.
Metroid is so good.
Oh, that's now we're cooking.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I don't know what the random
I have no
tangent
idea, but
is
it's
about.
cool.
Yeah,
I liked it.
128 KB law.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then PlayStation Magazine. So I probably stopped buying gaming magazines. Back to the original point of the question.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was 14.
Yeah.
Would have been 14.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit older.
Yeah, I reckon it was probably about the same for me.
Mm.
I reckon 15, 16.
And I
maybe.
can't remember the last time I bought a gaming magazine since then.
No, mine would have been going on holiday somewhere, but that would have been before the Switch. Do you know what I mean? Because then I wouldn't have needed a magazine in the airport because I would have had my Switch with me. So we're talking pre-2017.
I just wondered, does anyone buy them now?
They must do because they're still
I know.
published, aren't
But
they?
Future publishing in the UK is huge still, but I just don't know.
I honestly haven't even been into a shop and seen a magazine rack.
I do still look.
Do
weirdly.
you?
Yeah.
No, I haven't even seen a gaming magazine in years.
Yeah, I like to look at the gaming magazine to see what's going on.
No, you're looking at the shelf above, aren't you? Really?
They're all wrapped up. I'm like peeking through the wrapping.
Do they have like reflective foil on it now?
Just
so they
to see
can
your face. No, that's not what I'm here to talk about, Andy.
All right.
Once again,
I thought that was it.
That's it. Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. We'll be back again. Once again, I've got a hot topic that, like a hot potato, I want us to grasp, burn our fingers with, and get some hate in the YouTube Shorts comments.
Oh, yes.
For me, 2024 is this weird year.
It's weird, isn't it?
It
is weird. It is weird. No one can deny the weirdness.
Yeah.
I think, at least.
And for gaming, it's a weird time. We're in this midpoint of some console generations, right overdue on others.
Yeah.
We're starting to see handheld resurgence and lots of options and all good for different things. So I want to kind of answer the question really unceremoniously and probably without a good conclusion, knowing us.
True. Yeah.
I like, what should you buy? What console should you buy in 2024?
Yeah.
And I'll premise this with this is completely selfish because I'm kind of confused myself.
Yeah.
I've got a need to buy something.
Yes.
For those that are listening and watching, so you know that I do actually play games, but all my gaming stuff is here. And this is actually where we work. This is a studio, and we just do this in the corner. Because
Is this not your bedroom?
This isn't my bedroom.
Why is there a bed?
Oh, that's for the other kind of work.
Oh, that's for those magazine.
Yeah,
publishers.
when I'm doing the shoots.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
I'm the centre fault. People like looking at middle-aged gamers.
Oh, I love it.
No. So I really want, because I brought all my consoles here, I now have nothing at home, and I want something to play with at home.
Oh, yeah.
Not the magazines. I want to have a gaming device at home.
Yes.
I am system agnostic. I have nothing to play with at home. So actually, this is a really good question for us to try and answer for myself. Like, what should I buy in 2024 now?
Well, I'm not going to answer the question because I've got one word.
I know what you're going to say.
Everyone knows what I'm going to say, but that's not what we won't get there first.
No.
So
I have a background and a love of PlayStation.
Yes.
And I have quite a few PlayStation 5 games now already. Not here, actually. They're in the other room.
No, but you've got quite a few PlayStation games.
And there's a lot of PS4 games that would work there as well. Actually,
No, they just recently released.
Yeah, they've just come out. Yeah. So PS5's an option.
Yes.
Okay, I have Xbox Game Pass already and a Series S here.
Yes.
I really like the idea of a Series X.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's an option.
Yeah.
They're about the same price.
yes.
I have Nintendo Switch games.
Yes.
I love Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than the rest.
Yeah.
It's about 8 years old.
And you've already got one.
I could just take it home.
You could just take it home. It's portable. End the video. Bye.
It's like, this is how much I use it. It's there.
It's a prop.
It probably doesn't have. It's probably battery's dead.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, so that's. I think I bought that off you.
I was going to
actually.
say, is that my old one?
Yeah, it is. That's the third one I've bought.
Oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, I've only got that one left as well. That's a bit of story.
It's about blowtorches. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Or I could go, talking to the Nintendo Switch, I could go down the kind of handheld or semi-handheld route.
Yeah.
I've lusted after your Steam Deck OLED forever and you won't
Yes.
sell it to me. It really annoys me.
Yes.
And then, of course, we open the door once we're going at Steam Deck. Oh, well, now we're looking at PC handhelds.
Dark side.
And then the dark side that you've entered
Yes.
and had to sell half your house for, which is the ASUS ROG ALLY X or the ROG Ally.
Yes.
I think if you're just to go objectively,
Yes.
the Ally X is a great choice.
Yeah.
It answers a lot. It gives me console performance.
Mm-hmm.
I can play with my Game Pass subscription, so I actually don't need to buy any new games for it. But then I do have access to like the Steam library and stuff if I do want to, and all the amazing sales that happen there. It's a phenomenal piece of hardware.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I can dock it, put it on my TV if I want. I could attach a keyboard to it and I don't know, write some emails to people.
Yeah. Edit those photos from the photo shoot.
Yes, I can do my photo editing.
Yeah, yes. There you go.
But it's £800.
I know.
I could buy two
Yes.
of the others for that.
Or you could buy like 4 Switches.
I could buy 4 Nintendo Switches. I could probably buy an Xbox and a PlayStation if I'm careful.
Yeah. You could.
For that.
Yeah, you could.
I only want to buy one. And I need to walk through them with you, Andy.
Let's walk through it. And I think we should start with the Nintendo Switch.
That's a good place to start.
Because I think it's a good place to start.
And we're at a weird point.
It's a granddaddy now. Do you know what I mean? Like
It is,
it's almost a granddaddy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the old man in the room. It's got the walking stick out. It still looks good. You know, the Switch OLED is really, really good.
Beautiful screen.
Really nice. I mean, even the Switch Lite, even cheaper again. Very portable, very cool. But, you know, the OLED docks. So that's very cool. But it's 7 years old now. And
Yes.
we know Nintendo have confirmed later this year they're going to announce it. And we're talking probably 3 months.
So does then, if that straight away discounts the Switch, because it's old, it's going to be replaced really soon.
Yeah.
I don't normally take into account how quickly something's going to get replaced when buying computing devices.
No.
I just think you should buy whatever is the best thing for you right now and not worry. Because with anything computing, especially in the PC space, things are getting upgraded.
Changes
every 6 months.
6-12 months and it's outdated.
It's outdated. So trying to wait for the refresh cycle is totally
You'll
pointless.
just never end up buying anything.
Exactly. You'll just sit on your hands the whole time. So just buy the best thing that's available for you right now. And that will last you for 5 years easily.
So
and
you're
you'll have the time.
you're buying an Ally X.
Is this going to be the answer to everything?
I don't know. Maybe.
Are you actually sponsored by them?
I told you they paid me off. So
okay.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah, they just said their one quota, the brief was convince AJ to buy Ally X. That was it. They didn't care about anyone else buying it, just you.
Yeah.
So I agree with you though. It's a totally valid point in a computing front. However, with the console, I'd say it's different.
Yeah, because the generation's so
long. 7 years of the Switch.
So we know that the Switch is off the table, but I would say by taking it off the table, you've now put on waiting for the Switch 2 onto the table.
Yes, which is only going to be 6 months?
Yeah.
You're looking at, I reckon, 3 months for the announcement. We're pretty certain it was Q1 of 2024.
It was because it's going to be the end of this financial year.
Oh, yes, that's correct. Yeah. Yes, yeah. So that's before April, isn't it? Yeah. So we're really not that far to wait. Obviously, some people might not be able to wait. Yourself, maybe not. Like some people don't care to wait. They just want it now because I want to play something. I don't know. Maybe you got 3 months off work or something. I don't know. Some people have a reason to buy stuff immediately, right? Instead of wait. So I'd say the sensible thing would be to wait if you're Nintendo inclined, because that's going to be phenomenal. Can't wait for the Switch 2. Really can't wait. So let's just take the Switch off the table. Waiting for the Switch 2 is an option because it's going to be great. You've already got Switch games.
Yeah.
They're going to be backwards compatible. It's pretty much, going to be happening.
We've got roughly, I'm going to estimate about 5,000 different variations of Switch controllers and Pro controllers here.
And across mine too. There's so many.
I was at your house at the weekend and I was like, all those boxes. You're like, they're the Switch controllers I've not brought to your place. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
How have we got so many?
There's so many controllers.
Yeah, we
man.
have, yeah.
There's just seas of them. I might make it like a ball pool and just chuck them all in.
If anyone wants a Switch controller, let us know.
That's it.
I'll
Yeah.
find a way of getting it to you.
So I would say the Switch. I would say don't bother buying the Switch now. Like
Yeah,
it's
no.
just there's no point.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
It's overpriced right now, considering it's.
I'm surprised they've not chipped away at that that RRP.
They're
at
going to
all.
milk it until because
Yeah.
it's still selling, isn't it?
Yes.
So until the Switch 2 or the Switch Pro or
Do
whatever.
you think they're going to carry on selling it side by side?
Yeah, I reckon they will for a while, and
Which would seem mental.
it would be. I reckon they'll keep it going at least the Switch OLED for another 12 months.
Do you remember before we were like really paying attention doing this kind of stuff? You don't actively pay attention to how the companies behave as much, but
The crossovers,
yeah. Do you remember the crossovers with like the DS generations? Did they carry on selling the previous?
Yeah, they would have for a short amount of time, but I don't know how long. Do you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't have just stopped because there's going to be like so much stock of them elsewhere that they would have just sold them off until they stopped. But I don't know when that like hard stop happened. It's more to me was the support of games. That's when it felt like it stopped. I never really took notice of whether you could buy one in the shop or not. You know?
It was when new releases stopped happening.
Yeah. So like on the Switch, for example, there were still 3DS games being launched within Switch Directs.
Yeah.
You know, like so in Nintendo Directs, there was Switch games and 3DS games.
That's going to be a really
for a long
interesting
time.
thing for them to navigate as well. Because there's such a huge player base on the Switch, 140 odd million units have sold.
Yeah.
There's obviously not going to be 140 million people buying the Switch 2 straight away.
No, not at all.
Well, they'd be very happy if they did.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how they navigate new releases.
Yeah, I think like software support's going to tie over for quite a while, especially because I think the Switch 2 is going to have some sort of like DLSS or some sort of upscaling thing or whatever. I reckon they'll probably be able to straddle the line a bit there.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? We don't know what Nintendo's going to do at all. And it is Nintendo we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Switch I think is going to be supported for a while.
So I think if you're Nintendo inclined,
Yeah.
it's probably it's worth waiting for the Switch 2
Oh,
at this point.
absolutely.
I wouldn't recommend to anyone buy the Switch, even the OLED now. Although the OLED is beautiful,
It's brilliant.
it's just wait.
Just
You're
wait,
not
yeah.
far off, and the Switch 2 is going to be really good. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
Really excited to get hands
Well,
on
look
with
at
it.
what the Switch has managed to do
Yeah.
with very little.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it was outdated when it came out, and they've managed to pull off a wonder. You know,
I think for me right now, I think I'm looking for more on the less on the Nintendo inclination and more onto the kind of broader scope.
Yeah, you want to play multiplayer games and like more of the new
Probably,
stuff.
yeah,
and,
some, yeah.
yeah.
But I'm not going to discount indies and emulation and older stuff totally because the Steam Deck is still an option for me, which I guess let's go to the Steam Deck now.
Yes, okay, yeah. So Steam Deck's an option.
Well, because if we discount the Steam Deck now, then we're just talking about AAA.
Yes, yeah, that's true. And the Steam Deck is capable of some AAA playing. It's just might be a bit in the low FPS mark, you know.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Even playing at the highest, whatever it is, TP nonsense.
TPD.
TP for my
TDP.
TP for my
TPP.
TPP.
DTP.
I am quite highly up.
Yes.
Yeah, TP for my bumhole. Even at the highest TP for my bumhole rating. What is it?
DP.
TDP.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Numbers and stuff. You can tell I've just played consoles my entire life, can't you?
I like it. It's great.
What is it called again?
The TP for
We're on a totally random tangent. We were deep diving VRR.
Yes, we were.
And low frame rate compensation.
Yeah, LFC,
and all the other stuff earlier today whilst we're doing some more research for some more ASUS videos. And honestly, I felt like someone had been kicking me in the head. There's so many numbers and stuff.
There's a lot going on.
It does what to the frames now? What? The doubling the up to 120 hertz? Okay, cool, man. Yeah, numbers.
Yeah, I felt that way too. But it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Anyway.
Back to Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Right. So Yeah, I mean, it's capable of playing AAA, but I think where it excels is the slightly older titles or non-AAA areas. You know, you're looking at AA's or like indie titles or whatever.
The thing I really struggle with,
emulation.
mate, is that I know they're the kind of games that I really love.
Yes, yeah.
Not necessarily like retro games. So I was talking about with like, I don't really like some of the really old games. But more when I think about some of the cool indie titles and I don't know, some of the Metroidvanias and stuff. I'm always kind of drawn to that style, that look.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it in here really early. A bingo card. When I think about Final Fantasy VII,
he said it.
And I think my real love for it all boils down to I liked how it looked at the time, and I still like how it looks now.
You're right. The original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was watching PlayStation Access. They were live streaming Final Fantasy VII for a few weeks. It was quite fun to watch the original Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
And it made me like want to go back and play it again. And then I was like, maybe I'll play Final Fantasy VIII. So do you know what I did?
What's that?
I went onto the Steam library to see if it's available on there. So I was like, that would be really cool.
Yeah. Of course it's available on Steam.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They're all available there. So I secretly installed Final Fantasy VIII on my PlayStation and started playing it.
Nice.
I did. Yeah, I'm guilty. Yeah.
Well,
it's not lost any of its charm, actually. I'm totally going to play it again.
Yeah. No, I've see, that's the thing, isn't it? Because the Steam Deck OLED would be amazing for that. You know, that beautiful OLED panel.
Yeah.
But then you could totally run all that kind of stuff on
an
Ally.
Yeah.
Or on another
this
PlayStation.
This is why I'm confused. And
whatever.
I'm sure I'm not alone right now. I'm sure I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
And I know I'd hate the tribalism. That's the thing that really does my head in. I want everyone just to be agnostic and just like, we're just here to get entertainment. This isn't some tribal warfare.
Yeah. It's not like
you bought Steam Deck, so you're really defensive of it. That doesn't make any sense.
No, that's why I've got both. Do you know what I mean? It's
if you can budget or sell things or fortunate enough to have multiple platforms, it's an awesome position to be in. That's wicked.
Yeah.
If you can only afford one, really enjoy that and look at the other and go, that's really cool.
Yeah, but it does something different.
Yeah. It's really cool, but it does something different.
Yes. And that's the thing. So like Steam Deck, I think really excels with those older titles that you love. All the indie stuff.
Yeah.
Like all those Metroidvanias we look at and go, oh, that looks cool. Like, that's coming out soon or whatever. You know, stuff like even Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown's coming soon. Yeah. Got it set on my calendar. I'm going to buy it again, even though I've already got it on Switch.
What was the slightly cartoony Prince of Persia?
That is the other one. The one I did the testing on.
You did the alpha testing on it.
I can't think of what it's called.
It actually plays really well.
Really cool. Yeah, really cool game.
I can't remember what it's called. It's coming out soon.
I prefer, it's already out. I prefer the Lost Crown.
Oh, yeah.
Like by miles.
Oh, by miles?
Like infinite.
Wow.
That's because there's two different games.
Are you allowed to say that?
I don't care.
Okay.
Lost Crown's a Metroidvania, the other one's a roguelite.
Okay. I get that. I prefer Metroidvanias over roguelites, definitely. But yeah, it did look cool. It played cool on the Steam Deck OLED.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And I think that fundamentally that's what we're looking for.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you know the other thing that I don't know why I feel like this is totally irrational?
Go on.
About the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Game Gear.
It does. It really does look like a Game Gear. It does.
And I've got such a primal love for the Game Gear.
Yes. Yeah.
When I was at your house the other day.
Oh, and I've got one on the shelf.
On the shelf. I had to pick it up. I was like, man, I just love the Game Gear. It's so cool.
But I'll say this: my brother, who's that Game Gear was, so he gave it to me like many, many years ago. I just showed him the Ally X before I ended up sending it back to ASUS, the first pre-release model. So we're talking weeks ago. Had that, and I said to my brother, you've got to see this. You've got to see what technology is capable of now.
Yeah, this is your Game Gear.
Yeah.
30 years on.
Exactly, yeah. So I showed him some, I was playing Gears of War 5. Is it 5? Yeah. On it. And he was like, it looks fake. Looks like you're just running a video. He was like mind blown.
It does look fake.
And he said, You know what it reminds me of? He was like, reminds me of the Game Gear. And that was the Ally X that he was saying, because it's big and black, you know, and it's wide like that was. So it's kind of a bit of a baby between an Atari Lynx and a Game Gear, the Ally X.
It is that. That's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so you're saying that it's just the Steam Deck, whereas my brother actually found really interesting.
I think it's probably just because it's black.
And it's and it's wide.
Big and wide and chunky.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. But no, I agree with you. The Steam Deck does look like a Game Gear, and it is a phenomenal device. I love it. It's such the thing that wins with the Steam Deck is just how user friendly it is.
So easy.
So easy. Turn it on and it works.
The entry point is low enough as well.
Yeah. Especially, you know, if you went for the LCD. You know,
well, in the Steam, they sold out instantly. In the Steam sale.
They did what, like 15% off or something?
Yeah,
crazy.
You could get the. There was 2 models of the LCD.
64 and the 512,
and they were getting rid of them basically, clearing stock. And they were down to like 300.
They were really cheap.
Really, I think maybe 280.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was in the 200s.
It was like I actually went because I saw the Steam sale. I was like, I wonder if they've dropped the price of the decks. And I've got an OLED in my basket in my Steam account, just there, just in case.
Yeah, no.
So I logged in. I was like, they've not dropped the price out. So then I went to the Steam Deck page and I saw that. It sold out straight away.
Oh, yeah, it was immediate, yeah.
And I'm not surprised. When the entry point's that low, that's a kind of no-brainer.
Yeah, it's like the price of a portal.
Yeah, if you were like, I don't know whether, and I just want it for casual playing occasionally, that like £200.
Yeah, it's
that's
an
insane.
Amazing deal. It's an incredible device.
The other thing that's incredible about the Steam Deck is its resale price really holds up high.
Yeah, especially if you do some small mods. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's massive.
I see the 512 LCD. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
512 LCD selling everywhere, like second hand for 350 quid.
Yeah.
Like, that's so close to retail.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's
mad,
insane.
isn't it?
It's held its price that well. So that gives you a lot of confidence. It's so, like you say, it's so simple to get into. The entry point's quite low in price. Games are really cheap.
Yes.
And you know all those things that we talked about are why the Steam Deck is the king. Like the support long term, the community. There's so much going for it. The thing that holds me back from it, and you put it across really eloquently to me, is like, it's probably not for you, AGA, because you don't have a Steam library already.
Yeah.
You don't have any games already. No. So all those games you want to play, you're buying each of them.
Absolutely.
And you go, that puts me off a little bit. So then that leads me to, really, I want something that either uses Game Pass so I can use my Xbox library, or I want something from the PlayStation stable so I can use PlayStation games.
Yes. I mean, I guess that goes on to PlayStation then.
Well, one thing with the Steam Deck really quickly is I did see some comments when we were having this discussion on the comparison video we did, and one rebuttal was just dual boot Windows onto it and put Game Pass on that.
No, because that's
not what it's made for.
It's not made for that, but the APU's like still not strong enough. Do you know what I mean? So if you can't run AAA games on Steam, why are you then going to boot Windows, which is then going to resource hog the system before you've even opened a game?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And games are going to run even worse. If you've got a Steam Deck and bought a game off Steam...
What's the memory requirement to run Windows 11?
You got to have like at least 16 gigs.
I was going to say, but what does it take up? I think it's 8 gig just to run it passively.
Yeah, it would be at least 8 gig of RAM, yeah. So the Steam Deck's only got 16 total.
Yeah, so you're allocating you're allocating 8 gig to VRAM to run the game.
Yeah. And also you've got all this random processors and stuff in the back, which is the whole reason why they've used Linux, is to get rid of all that.
So they can make it streamlined and consequently sell it for cheaper because they don't need as much RAM to run this machine.
Yeah, and they don't need to spend crap loads on Windows licensing and stuff.
Yeah.
But so with the Steam Deck, if you've got a game on Steam and ran it and then got another Steam Deck identical, like installed Windows on it and then ran the same game, it'll run worse on the Windows version.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's hogging resources.
It's a really inefficient way of using the Steam Deck.
So there's like dual boot is cool. I'm not like poo-pooing that. Like if you've got a Steam Deck and you're nerdy enough to sideload Windows and dual boot it that way, brilliant. You know, go for it. Do that. Like I'm not saying that's wrong. It's not wrong at all. It's epic. Like that's even possible. Do you know what I mean? That's brilliant. So go ahead and do that. But I'd say for you, it's not practical. It's a pain in the ass to do. for a start.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I would say you're better off buying like a second-hand baseline Ally or Lenovo. Yeah, that's the
Not in my Lenovo.
Legion Go. You know, that's the fake one.
Yeah. That's from Temu. The Temu Legion Go. From Lenovo.
Yeah, it's from some guy called Joe. Oh no, Joe. But anyway, I'd say that would be a more suitable route. But yeah, I mean, you can boot with Windows, and that's a thing. I just think if you're going to go Windows route, just buy a Windows handheld.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think, sadly, I think the Steam Deck's off, although I cannot let go of the idea because I've wanted after it for so long.
I love it, and I wish that I could just say get that.
Yeah.
Because I know you would.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If like, but I just the issue with it is the fact that you are just tied to Steam. Yes, you can stream Game Pass. Yes, you can stream remote play your PlayStation, but it's all internet required. One of your issues at your place is not great internet.
Not great internet.
And, you know, you're then limited to no multiplayer games that require anti-cheat, so we couldn't play Call of Duty online or anything like that. So it's frustrating. There's limitations there, which, again, side-loading, dual booting, Windows would get around, but I don't think that's for it. Steam Deck does its own thing perfectly if you're just keeping in the Steam Deck.
Can I ask you then if, on the PC side of things, one thing we've not actually touched on as an option is some kind of gaming PC.
Gaming PC, yeah, that's true.
It's as if I'm talking about Game Pass.
Yes. Yeah.
But then you're talking about budgets.
Exactly.
And because gaming PC is not a thing.
No.
It's either pre-built or building something, and then what is your budget will dictate what the specification of that is.
I would say you're instantly taking away buying a system and you're going that laptop route. Yeah. Because if you look at systems, you're now then required to get a monitor.
Or a decent monitor.
Keyboard.
There's VRR support on that monitor.
Keyboard, mouse, headset, whatever.
No,
you know.
So let's take the monitor out of the budget.
Yeah.
If you say the top end budget is the same price as the ROG Ally X.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything worth playing that's 500 quid.
No.
Once you take a decent monitor
you could get, like, if you're looking at a laptop, you could probably on a Black Friday style sale, Amazon Prime sale kind of thing, probably get a half decent laptop for 500 quid that will probably slightly outperform the Ally.
Can I just say though?
Yeah.
I hate using laptops.
Exactly.
I've never got on with them.
No, they suck. Yeah. Like they're always annoying. Yeah. You know, they're always annoying. They're always overly hot.
The
loud. Batteries die like
uncomfortable.
Immediately.
You can't actually play it on your lap.
Oh no.
Then you're on a desk or table.
Yeah.
And then you're like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're just frustrating.
Yeah, it's not cool. Yeah,
there's always some inherent like flaw with the design as well, like whether that's like a screen having a problem like I had, or like, you know, again, overheating or whatever it might be. There's always some problem with it. And you can never use them on battery anyway.
No, so you're plugged in.
You're plugged in at all time, you know, because they drain even more power than these little handhelds. So they're just frustrating and cumbersome.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the Ally X enough for me to sell my laptop to get one.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, you know what? That is now being replaced with this tiny little thing.
All right then. Console land.
I think PlayStation's the next one to look at.
PlayStation's the next one we're looking at.
Yeah.
Now, PlayStation's where my heart is.
I know.
It's where it's my background. It's my homie. It's the OG for me.
So it's going to be hard for you to hear some home truths.
Hit me with the home truths, then people will hate you and not me.
I don't care. I've got a PlayStation. Do I play it? No.
When was the last time you turned your PS5 on?
It's actually been on for about 3 months.
Oh, what? Just in rest mode? Jesus Christ.
And every morning I walk into the sitting room and go, but I can't bring myself to walk over and hit the on button to turn it off. So it's just been glowing, and my dog's probably at night thinking aliens are landing because there's like yellow light.
It's huge.
It's massive. So
do you remember the film Batteries Not Included?
No, I don't.
Those of you that grew up in the 80s will know what I'm talking about. It reminds me of something from that.
Ah.
Floating alien things.
Well, that's
lights.
basically what it is. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, this freaking PlayStation, I haven't touched it in a long time, to be honest.
Why is the PlayStation so big?
I guess it's to hide the housing of the PS4 that's inside of it. I mean, they launched the PlayStation and then only launched PS4 games for it.
It's so true.
So, you know.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, no, I love the PS5. Like, I love the exclusive games for it. And that's the whole reason we got it. We didn't even have an Xbox because our thinking was we're PC gamers and we got a Switch.
What PS5 exclusives are you looking forward to that are coming out?
You find the crickets. There you go. Hopefully you guys can hear the crickets.
Oh, they probably actually won't. Oh, I've just said that.
Because every time we used to do it, it was just
silence.
I can't actually think of any. There's that really cool samurai looking thing. The ninja-y looking thing. But then I found out it's on PC as well.
Yeah, it's multi-platform.
Yeah, so I'm going to get it on PC.
Of course you are. Play it on your ROG Ally X.
I can't think of actual PlayStation 5 exclusives.
Astrobot.
Is there any? Yes. Yeah, Astrobot. That's cool.
It's not really a PlayStation game though, is it?
Not really, no.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
If that was released on, I don't know, Nintendo Switch, you'd be like,
cool.
Hell yeah.
I'd buy it on Switch. If you could buy it on both, Switch 2 or PS5, I'd buy it on Switch 2.
I'll say this though about Astro's Playroom. It is the best game that's on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, I love it.
That's a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah.
That was the first, I know we've said it plenty of times. It was the first and sadly only time in the PlayStation generation that was mind blowing.
Oh, it was incredible.
This experience.
Yeah, I thought every game from now on is going to be like this.
Wow.
It took a year before anyone actually programmed in any of these features into a game.
And I've still yet to come across really any good ones.
Yeah, ones that make worthwhile use of it. It's just thrown in as a gimmick, isn't it?
In quick time kind of sequences.
It's frustrating. And then in Call of Duty and stuff, you just got to turn it off.
Instantly turn it off
on
shooters.
It's I'm not freaking Robin Hood, pulling back and out. yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And then a click at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You're delayed because you can't actually just hair trigger it. You've got to clunk it. No.
It was Modern Warfare 3 getting that, and first thing is load up, and I thought I'll play around as zombies because it's a good way to get used to the game. And it's Daka.
It's cool.
It feels realistic.
Yeah, but not in a competitive mode.
When everyone's running, spin jumping.
And you're there trying to pull back. You might as well have a light gun. I'd rather play with that.
A light gun would be cool.
It would be cool, yeah.
I love the PlayStation. I really do. But
there's no light gun Call of Duty.
There's no light gun for Call of Duty.
I'd actually buy that.
I would buy that.
How cool would that be if you could just be online multiplayer with light guns? Okay, sorry.
You're going to call it the Nemesis as well.
Yeah.
It's like Forsaken. Yeah, there's just, sadly, and this isn't actually a PlayStation exclusive problem because the same is true for Xbox as well. If I'm honest, there's not enough happening that's truly, I'm not going to say next gen anymore because that doesn't make sense.
No,
this
current gen, yeah. There's nothing I don't know, and most of them tend to be cross-platformy now, which is great. I actually like that because it doesn't matter what system you're on, you can start playing whatever in some respects.
And if everything's cross-platform, or the majority of things are cross-platform, I'm all for that because then it means everyone can play everything. But what it does then beg the question is why buy the PlayStation when most of those games are going to be on Game Pass?
Yeah.
Because then I just have a subscription and I play
it.
So then you get to the old question of, well, it's about what games you want to own, and do you not care about owning games? They can take it away at any moment. We said about it in a Game Pass show. How many games have you played more than once? If you're honest.
Yeah.
It's not that many.
Yeah, I mean,
that aren't live action multiplayer games.
Yeah, not service games. Yeah. Again, it's hard to say, isn't it? Very small amounts, and in which case, then it becomes does it matter if you own it or not?
I don't think it does. PlayStation has, as we're kind of touching on there, far worse a live service offering. Its subscription offering is nowhere near what is offered on Game Pass, and it's more expensive, which is a shame. I do love the PlayStation. I love the controller. I'm sorry, I just do. I can't get away from it.
Do you love the battery life?
I hate. I've got. I now have 3 DualSense controllers, so I can, and 2 of them are permanently on charge.
Oh.
So I've got one of those USB docks, and I just constantly change it. Every time I'm playing, one of them runs out of battery.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, that's like a designed feature.
Yeah. Oh, low battery. What a surprise!
It makes your gaming more intense because you never know when it's going to run out.
The nerves.
Yeah.
Bar Final Fantasy VII recently. Obviously, that was a PlayStation timed exclusive, but we know now that Square are opening up all their future IPs to be multi-platform.
Yeah.
Remove the PlayStation's exclusivity.
Yes. Yeah.
For me, that was the big draw. And I think, in truth, that was my draw originally to the first PlayStation.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. And that's a big thing for most people, I think.
Yeah.
Loads of people were stuck with PlayStation because of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, but now you're seeing them come to Xbox and PC and stuff. And if Square are sticking with their guns and going to be releasing stuff multi-platform day one, you know, well, then there's no reason to stay that side, really.
No, so I don't, if, let's say I didn't have access to a PlayStation, I don't know what I'd be missing by not having it
Yeah,
now.
exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I love stuff like Stellar Blade and games like that, which is the only reason I've still got one. You know, if they were available on like Steam.
Well, Stellar Blade's definitely coming to PC. They said that.
Well,
the developers said as much.
Yeah, they said they're going to do it at some point.
Yeah.
No idea when. But for like right now, the only way of playing it is on PlayStation. But again, if I had the choice, I'd choose PC.
I guess I was going to say Helldivers 2, but that's available on PC as well.
PC, yeah. Loads of like God of War, Spider-Man, like all that kind of stuff's on PC. You know, more and more stuff's coming. Ghost of Satsuma, it's on PC now.
I love that you say that. Ghost of Satsuma, what game?
I know. I'm waiting to buy it again because I bought it on PS4, and I'm waiting to get the
Director's
PC,
cut.
Yeah, because I've just got the basic version.
Yeah,
and I was going to spend like 25 quid to upgrade to the PS5 Director's cut, but now I'm just not going to bother. I'll just wait for a sale on PC.
Yeah,
and then buy it again because I want to play it handheld.
Yeah, the other, I suppose, the one thing that would sway you towards PlayStation if you were going to choose now is that it is cheaper.
Yeah,
the actual base level of the console is cheaper.
Yeah.
Games are the same price, obviously. There's no subscription service like there is with Game Pass that's the same anyway. Though you do have PlayStation Plus Premium, which gives you access to a large back catalogue of games. Yeah. You have all the like backwards compatible games there, the PS Classics, Ubisoft Classics. You can cloud stream with Premium, but Premium is £200 a year. Yeah, it's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's more than Game Pass Ultimate a year.
Yeah.
Like 10% more.
Yeah. And
you don't get any day one releases.
I was going to say, nothing really entices me
apart from that Metroidvania that came out, day one release on PlayStation.
Oh,
Plus.
you're on about Tales of Kenzera Zao. Yes.
Yeah.
Zao.
I forgot what it's called.
Yes.
So that could sway you towards it. I think logically it wouldn't be a PlayStation.
No.
I think
it wouldn't be for me.
And I think my decision's entirely swayed. Shoot me down if you want. It's entirely swayed by Game Pass.
Yes.
The fact that I've got so many games available within the subscription, and I know, because they've announced it, so many games coming day one release.
Yeah, we've seen the future.
Yeah, we have seen the future. So I think my choice right now, and I would say if you're like me, this is your choice right now, is between an Xbox Series X, Steam Deck OLED, and ASUS ROG ALLY X. That's
and a V1
choice.
ASUS ROG ALLY.
Well, yeah, maybe the V1. They're going to be really cheap. You're going to see them sub £500 any day.
Yes. So you're in Steam Tech territory then.
But the only problem I have is battery life.
Yeah.
And the lack of RAM.
Yes.
For like proper AAA games.
Yeah, for all the new stuff coming.
Totally. Was it only 16 gig of RAM, isn't it?
16 gig shared
with the system. So maximum VRAM available is 8.
Yeah, and then you're leaving 8 to the system.
So like really intensive game. We saw Digital Foundry do a really good deep dive on that.
Yeah, on Avatar.
Comparing, Avatar. Tears, what was it? Frontier, Tears of
the Kingdom. Avatar, Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom 5.
Yeah, Link's in there, just in the jungle.
With Simba.
Yes, riding around in the background. It's like a treasure goblin. You just got to find him.
It's a treasure goblin. Well, treasure goblins in Diablo are totally taken out of Golden Axe.
Yeah, they probably are. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a reference or what, but it totally reminds me of Golden Axe.
Diablo 1 is old now.
Yeah.
I don't know when Golden Axe launched or when Diablo launched.
Golden Axe was 1988.
Diablo 1, maybe it was later then. I feel like Diablo 1 might have been early 90s, but it could have been 80s. I'm not sure.
And there's treasure goblins in Diablo 1.
Yeah. Well, I imagine so.
You don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I've not played
Diablos.
Diablo 1. I've not played Diablo 1.
Yeah, but probably not missing anything now.
No.
I don't even know where I was then. My train of thought.
We were talking about the RAM and
yes.
Avatar.
Yeah,
so there's a clear jump.
Yeah, my issue with getting the OG Ally is will I run into performance issues like we do see on the really intensive game? But to be fair, that Avatar game is pretty mental for resource hogging.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like you said earlier, of always get the best tech you can
right now. Yeah.
And I think the X is the future proofer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's expensive, but you will know then you're going to get longer life out of it. Because you might find, I don't know, that the original doesn't last as long. But again, it depends on what you're playing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
It does depend on what you're playing.
So we're discounting the Steam Deck OLED from this.
Yes. So you're left with an Xbox or an Ally X, in my opinion.
Oh man, I don't want to discount.
Or for the price, 2 Xboxes.
For the price, right? I could get a Steam Deck and an Xbox.
You could actually, yeah, you actually could. But it's difficult, isn't it? Because the Xbox Series X.
How much is the 2 terabyte Series X right now?
I don't know.
Oh man,
it must be over 500.
Yeah, probably
because it's a limited edition thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's not limited; it's a special edition.
And do you get the all digital Series X? That's the problem with Xbox. There's
because
so
that's
many
only a 1
options now.
terabyte.
Yeah, but so's the OG Series X. You got the Series X disc that's 1 terabyte.
Yeah.
Discless that's 1 terabyte, and then for some reason the 2 terabyte version that's got a disc drive.
Yeah,
it make more sense to put 2 terabytes in the discless version.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, in the digital. Yeah.
Anyway, expansion's cheap.
Yeah, it's what 130 quid for another terabyte. Yeah. So if you're thinking like that, you have what, Xbox Series X.
And there's a really good point. Steam Deck.
Yeah.
It's 512, the OLED by standard, isn't it? And you would instantly want to upgrade that.
Yeah.
The Xbox is 1 terabyte by standard. You probably want to upgrade that. Asus is 1 terabyte by standard, and you probably want to upgrade. So all of them, you're probably looking at upgrading.
Yeah.
Definitely the Steam Deck.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want 512 gig.
No, you'd be running into...
I'd say it's more acceptable on a Steam Deck because, again, you'll be running like older titles on it. Yeah. So they'll probably be smaller.
Yeah.
With an Xbox or an Ally X, they start at 1 terabyte because the games are going to be big, So you're looking at like Call of Duty for 300 gig.
Call of Duty can stay on my PlayStation and just live there. It's fine.
So there's like a third of your storage gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, 1 terabyte's fine, I think.
Probably
I think it's fine because most people are probably going to just download games and keep them installed whilst they're playing them. Yeah. They're not like me where they want everything installed and then just load them up.
You've basically replaced your physical collection with a digital collection that's just there.
I'd have an 8 terabyte hard drive in mine if I could.
One of those Sabre and PCIe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I can't remember what it is. 64 terabytes, was it?
That's it. I'm going to get one of them with a USB 4 and just click it in.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's it. So like a 2 petabyte drive on hanging out the back of an Ally X.
It's portable, promise.
Yeah, it's on a trolley.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, for me, you've already got an Xbox.
I do. So I've got a Series S.
I know you do, but
and it's here.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're trying to answer for them as well. Like, what should I get right now?
No.
It's all about me.
It's about you.
Yeah. I know it is.
So
really.
You've got an Xbox. It really depends. For the viewers at home, it depends, doesn't it? Like, are you traveling a lot? Yes or no? No. Are you wanting to play on the big screen? Yes. Get an Xbox. Done. Half the price. I've just answered the question for you. Get Game Pass. That's all you need.
You just answered the question for me.
Yeah. So that's all it is, though, isn't it? Really. If you want to, like, if you've got a partner and they watch frickin' some rubbish on TV you do not care about at all every night, and they're adamant they're going to watch it, so you can't play.
Yeah.
Get the Ally.
Yes.
Because then you can sit on the sofa with them, still pretend like you're paying attention, but completely don't.
Get those Homer Simpson glasses.
Yeah, Homer Simpson glasses, so it looks like you're awake, but really you're looking down at your Ally X.
They're Viture glasses. So
yes.
Got the screen inside.
Yes. Just plug straight in.
Use for them.
Yes, plug straight in. So yeah, again, that's the thing though, isn't it? If you're a parent or something like that, and you're not like in a conventional place, and you might have 15 minutes here and there, maybe you've got a kid or a pet or something, or you're working and you can take like regular breaks or whatever it is, you work from away from home, something like that. The Ally X is going to be perfect. Game Pass, day one Game Pass natively running on the system. You're not streaming it. You install the game. You could be on the moon and play the thing, as long as the gravity doesn't, fly it away. But, you can play that natively anywhere you want. The Ally X has got a massive battery, so it will be able to withstand playing these, at decent frame rates.
Yeah.
The controller's really good and everything, but the biggest thing is that Game Pass, and that is my thing and sales pitch to you as to why totally that wins over the Steam Deck, regardless of price. Let's pretend they're the same price. I would say get the Ally X, and because Game Pass wins there. Yeah, and that's the thing for viewers. If you are traveling a lot, there's plenty of people that are on trains all the time or in meetings, and then they're flying or whatever it might be. Like, this is your way of experiencing at-home console experience on the go. And that's what excites me so much.
It totally does.
And I don't do any of these things. I don't travel like on the train, or I sit on the sofa. Lounge, in front of your TV, but playing on a handheld. Because Christina's normally playing on the Xbox. Yes. So it saves me having to get another TV and another Xbox and another... Do you know what I mean?
It's really difficult because... I think it's the perfect device.
It's just the price.
It's just the price. You up. And I've said it plenty of times to you and on the show. I've got a psychological barrier for gaming stuff, and that is the hardware can't cost more than £500.
Yeah.
And once it does, I really start to question it.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck.
But that's where, for me, again, I still feel like the Ally 1 is still in the question, because
maybe
it's still more powerful than a Steam Deck. So I know the RAM thing's still an issue, but the Steam Deck's got the same problem.
100% does.
Do you know what I mean? It's got the same amount of RAM. Like, it's gonna struggle worse with these latest titles, even though it can't play day one Game Pass. You're only looking at streaming it unless you install Windows. I know, but we're not talking about that. So looking at it side by side, I would still advocate getting a V1 Ally over the Steam Deck.
What I love we've done in this show is that we laid out all these options, discounted them one by one until we had a head-to-head, and then brought them back
other
so
ones.
I recommend that I buy a Nintendo Switch.
Do you want to buy this one?
Yeah, how much?
Yeah, it's good.
I think I own that.
You've got to sell it to yourself.
I've got to buy it off myself.
Yeah.
How much am I selling it for?
I don't know. I can't remember. You told me earlier, but I forgot.
Something.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. I don't know. Well, as I predicted, this is massively inconclusive, and we can't help you at all. And in truth, of course, no one can. You've got to make this choice yourself, because it's about your budget, your circumstance.
What games you like.
What games you like, what ecosystem you're already in.
Yes.
Do you have a subscription or not? All those things. I think for me, in truth, the toss-up is between... I've just added Steam Deck back into my head. I can't let it go.
I don't know why. Like, it's a beautiful thing. It is. I love it. But maybe I'm doing you a disservice, but I just feel like...
I can't let it go.
I just feel like you'd be better suited with a Windows handheld.
I think I would be as well. I know, but it's £800.
I know, but if you're looking at the V1... You're looking at probably the same size as a Steam
All right,
Deck.
let me ask you then.
Okay, yeah.
Would you buy a V1 or a Series X if you didn't already have one? Now you're stuck, aren't you? It's difficult, man.
I'd probably still buy a handheld.
He's a handheld lover.
But that's the thing. I am biased because I've always loved handhelds.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
I'm there with handhelds now. I wasn't before.
I mean, again, if you're only wanting to play at home and you could do that, then just get the Series X. It's cheaper. You've got expandability like options.
Yeah.
It's still going to be relevant for a short while, but the thing is, they're saying that the next gen's coming really soon.
Oh, don't say that. You made this more confusing.
But they have.
Oh, they have. I know they have.
Microsoft has said they're going to be pushing it sooner
End of
rather
this
than
year, there's going to be a huge announcement, isn't there?
Yeah, supposedly, yeah. So that's what I mean.
So 2024 is even weirder than we thought.
So I would say screw off the Xbox because that's now redundant.
Yeah.
They're doing a Switch. You're left with an Ally. There we go. Bye. That's pretty much your only option.
It is.
Like,
But what if at the end of the year, the big announcement is the Xbox handheld?
That's a potential, but I don't think so.
What would you do then?
What if it gets released at the end of the year?
Announced at the end of the year. Yeah.
Or what would I do right now thinking it could be announced?
Let's pretend it's here.
Oh, what? We know it's happening.
Yeah.
Do I wait for it?
Yeah.
Have they showed us anything about it yet?
No.
I would say wait.
Yeah.
If it was me thinking about you, I would say wait because it'll be half the price of the Ally, and it will be a Game Pass machine, and that's all you need.
It's going to be a portable Series S.
Yeah.
Basically.
And so I would say for you, I'd say wait.
Yeah.
I'd say wait until the end of the year and buy an Xbox handheld. So the moral of the story is buy a console that's not even real.
Doesn't even exist.
Not even exist.
They've never even proven it.
There's no confirmation. That's the one you want to be buying.
What the hell are we doing here? This show, man.
It just happens. We don't plan this, by the way. This just is. You're on a journey of discovery.
It really is. We don't plan it at all. Oh, it's so good. So there we have it. Totally inconclusive, and I still don't know what I'm doing. But it goes back to the point right at the start, like an hour ago. 2024 is just a weird time if you're jumping into the gaming space in general. You're looking to upgrade, finally do it. It's weird. And I honestly, if someone came to me with this dilemma, I wouldn't know what to suggest.
And just to add into the mix, supposedly there's going to be a PS5 Pro, isn't there? So
there is.
The PS5 is even more discounted.
September. Yeah.
So don't buy a Series X or S because that's going to be replaced very soon. Don't buy a Switch because that's getting replaced. Don't buy a PS5 because that's going to be replaced. And so you're just left with either a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally.
But make sure you only buy the device that's suitable for you right now and don't worry about what's coming for upgrades.
Yes.
Which discounts all the things you just said.
Yes. Yeah, we're really good at this.
If you got to the deep end with us, thank you for being here. We do love you in podcast land. Make sure you rate the show, maybe share it with your friends.
Do it.
On YouTube, you beautiful people, you can see our faces.
Oh, hello.
Lucky. I'd love
unlucky.
Actually unlucky. I'd love to know what you think. So please do root around in the comments and let us know what you suggest I do or others do at this point, or maybe just sit on your hands and save some cash.
Yes.
And whilst you're around there digging around, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel because we love you and you love us.
Yes.
What else should they do?
They should become a member. Yes. And then they can join our beautiful community over on Discord.
It's a lovely place. And before you go, watch another video from us smashed between our faces.
Do it.
They're both good.
Ooh, yeah.
This one slightly more.
Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.